48 hours earlier, I'd thought I was cool. I'd lounged on that very sofa, phone in hand, grinning as Eli, 12, all knees and nervous energy, tried the spin and splash trend right next to Mom's prized betta tank. Maya, 9, clapped from the armchair, her bare feet kicking against the wood leg. Again, Lila. He almost did it, she squealed. I'd hit record. Come on, Eli, commit. Rules are, like, flexible. I winked. Unless you're boring. He'd spun, too fast, too close, and his elbow clipped the glass rim. A ripple. A frantic flash of blue and red. Then splash, Gizmo, the oldest betta, arced through the air and landed on the rug, gills flaring, body twisting in silent panic. Maya screamed, not in horror, but in delight. Whoa! He flew. I'd laughed. Hit save. Posted it with the caption, when your brother defies gravity, and house rules, #fishflight #sorry not sorry. Mom didn't see it then. She was in her home office, on a Zoom call about Q3 projections. But I saw Eli's face go pale. Saw Maya's grin falter as Gizmo lay still, glistening on the carpet. I scooped him up, slid him back in the water, he's fine, chill, and wiped the floor before Mom emerged for coffee. That was just the start. By sunset, I'd smuggled 3 cans of neon blue energy soda from the garage stash, Dad's emergency focus fuel, and passed them out like contraband candy. Eli chugged his, eyes wide. Maya hiccuped glittery burps. Lila said it makes you super fast, Eli told Mom later, when she found the sticky rings on the coffee table. Mom frowned. Did she now? I shrugged from the kitchen doorway, hoodie strings dangling. Kids gotta experiment. Then came the fence. The backyard's old cedar fence had a loose board near the oak tree. Mom had roped it off with yellow tape. Caution, do not climb. But caution was boring. Bet you can't get to the top, I'd challenged, tossing a tennis ball over it. First one up gets my last Pop-Tart. Maya went first. Agile, fearless. She scrambled up, scrape, her knee tore open on a nail. Blood, bright and sudden, streaked down her shin. Eli froze. Lila. Shoo. Don't cry, I hissed, pulling her down. It's just a scratch. Epic war wound. I tied my hair tie around it, too tight, too fast. Now smile for the camera. The photo, Maya grinning through tears, bloodied knee, thumbs up, got 327 likes. Mom didn't see that one either. But she saw the blood on the couch cushion. She saw the empty soda cans hidden behind the laundry hamper. She saw Gizmo, floating belly up in his tank the next morning, stress-induced swim bladder collapse, the pet store clerk would say later. And she saw me, smirking, scrolling, oblivious. Until she didn't. The family meeting wasn't loud. It was quiet. The kind of quiet that hums in your ears. Mom sat in Dad's armchair, hands folded. Eli and Maya on the sofa, small and tense. I leaned against the archway to the kitchen, arms crossed, defiant. She didn't start with anger. She started with evidence. First, the video. Played on her tablet, Eli spinning, Gizmo flying, my voice, commit. Rules are flexible. Eli's eyes dropped. Maya twisted her hands. Then the soda cans, lined up on the coffee table like guilty soldiers. Then Maya's jeans, knee ripped, stained rust brown. Then the photo, Maya's bloody grin. Lila, Mom said, voice low, steady. Did you encourage this? I scoffed. I didn't make them do anything. They chose Lila. One word. A door slamming shut. Eli. Tell her. His voice was a whisper. You said, if we didn't do it, we were babies. You said it was fun. You said Mom wouldn't care. Maya sniffled. You said, being good was lame. The words hit like stones. I opened my mouth, but they looked up to me. I was just joking. It wasn't that serious, but Mom's eyes stopped me. They weren't angry. They were grieved. You're 20, Lila, she said, rising slowly. You're not a kid testing boundaries. You're the oldest. You're their compass. And you pointed them straight into the storm. She walked out. I almost laughed. Here we go. Grounded. Phone taken. Big deal. But then she came back. And in her hand, the paddle. Dark oak. Smooth, worn handle. Rounded, heavy blade. It lived in the top shelf of her closet, not as a threat, but as a reminder. Reserved for moments when trust shattered. My stomach dropped. Over the sofa, she said. Not a request. Mom, no, I'm not 12. You acted younger than Maya, she said, voice steel wrapped in velvet. You led them into danger. You mocked their fear. You made disobedience glamorous. That's not mischief, Lila. That's betrayal. I froze. Betrayal. Not of rules. Of them. Eli wouldn't meet my eyes. Maya hugged her knees, silent tears tracking down her cheeks. That's when the bravado cracked. I walked to the sofa. Slowly. My white sneakers silent on the rug. I bent over. Hands on knees. Heart hammering, not just from fear, but from the dawning, sickening truth, I broke them. And I didn't even notice. The first stroke landed, thwack, a shockwave of heat and pressure through denim. I gasped. Tears sprang, hot, shameful. This is for Eli, Mom said, voice thick. Who stayed up all night afraid to tell me what happened, because he didn't want to lose you. Thwack. Second stroke. Sharper. Deeper. My thighs clenched. A sob escaped, half pain, half protest. This is for Maya, she continued, voice breaking just slightly. Who thought bleeding was epic, because her big sister called it brave. Thwack. Third. Fire bloomed across my backside. I cried out, ah. Body jerking forward. My ponytail swung, sweat beading at my temples. And this, a pause. The paddle lifted. I heard her breath, steady, sorrowful. This is for you. For forgetting who you're supposed to be. Thwack. The final stroke, deliberate, full-weighted. Not cruel. Necessary. I collapsed forward, forehead hitting the sofa cushion. Shoulders heaving. Not screaming. Wailing. Great, ragged sobs ripped from my chest, not just from the burning in my backside, but from the weight I'd carried without knowing, the weight of their trust, and how lightly I'd tossed it away. Mom didn't touch me right away. Let me feel it. Let me know it. Then her hand, warm, firm, rubbed slow circles between my shoulder blades. Breathe, baby, she murmured. Just breathe. I couldn't speak. Couldn't look up. But Eli did. He slid off the sofa, walked over, and pressed his small hand into mine, still clenched in the fabric. Maya followed. Her bandaged knee brushed my leg. And that undid me completely. The apology came later. In the kitchen. Me, still raw, sitting at the island in my black hoodie and jeans, now rumpled, tear-stained. Mom making chamomile tea. Eli and Maya at the table, coloring quietly. I cleared my throat. Voice hoarse. I didn't think, I swallowed. I thought I was being fun. Cool. I didn't realize. I was teaching them to not trust you. Or themselves. Mom set a mug before me. Steam curled. You are fun, Lila, she said softly. You're vibrant. Clever. Full of life. But leadership isn't about being the loudest voice. It's about being the truest one. I looked at Maya. I'm so sorry your knee got hurt. She shrugged, but her eyes were serious. It's okay. But, can you not call out epic next time? A wet laugh burst out of me. Deal. Eli pushed a drawing toward me, 3 stick figures, tall one with a ponytail, 2 smaller ones holding her hands. Above it, in wobbly letters, Lila Eli Maya team, no fish flying. I hugged them both, tight, messy, tearful. The next morning, I woke early. No phone. No music. Just quiet. I cleaned the betta tank, scrubbed the glass, changed the water, added a new heater. At the pet store, I chose 2 new fish, one shimmering silver, one soft gold. Grace, I whispered to the silver one. And truth. I showed them to Maya during breakfast. She touched the glass. They're pretty. They're responsible, I said. They swim where they're supposed to. She smiled, small, real. Later, Eli asked, can we do a TikTok? I paused. Old instinct flared, make it wild. Make it viral. But then I remembered the sound of the paddle. The weight in Mom's voice. Maya's tear-streaked face. I grabbed my phone, not to record, but to search. How about, we teach Max the sit and stay trick? Film that? Safe. Kind. And, maybe enter the good dog contest at the park. Eli's eyes lit up. With treats? With patience, I said, ruffling his hair. And no spinning near the tank. He grinned. Deal. That evening, the house smelled of garlic and rosemary, Mom's roast chicken. I set the table, plates, napkins folded, water glasses gleaming. Maya handed me a folded paper. For you. I opened it. A crayon drawing. Me, taller, in my black hoodie. Eli and Maya on either side, holding my hands. Above us, in purple block letters, Lila, my hero, the good kind, beneath it, smaller P.S. Thanks for the fish. My vision blurred. I tucked it into my journal, right beside the note I'd written that afternoon, in messy, ink-blotted script, influence isn't power. It's stewardship.